Here we go, boss. At 14,000 feet, the solitude is invigorating. So is the unencumbered view that stretches for miles, providing a superhighway of clarity. Tim Finchem, as a mentor and colleague, opened my senses to an environment he had long ago adopted while on a 9-day, 64-mile trek in the Himalayas in 2015. Immediately, beyond the health benefits, I understood why he cherished his hikes on all those Colorado mountains. I also appreciated what was at the core of his uncanny business leadership. At sea level, in the boardroom, he operates with that same 14,000-foot vision, capable of seeing years down the road. Tim's ability to take a long-view perspective when making decisions or dealing with challenging situations is arguably his greatest strength, but certainly not his only one. When working with Tim Finchem, one aspect of his student background becomes immediately apparent. Tim earned a college scholarship for debate and once argued a moot court case in competition before the great Thurgood Marshall. So yes, from day one, I have fixed an internal sticky note to self: avoid any and every debate with this man. True to that mission, I was thus afforded ample time to observe and study him, and it occurred to me why Tim was such a talented debater. He's a world-class listener. We have partners who are among the best and brightest minds in the world, he once told me. I have no shortage of brilliant people I can turn to for input and advice. Tim built close relationships with Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus, and Tiger Woods, CEOs of some of the world's greatest companies, and several U.S. presidents. Tim treasured these relationships, and the mutual respect these individuals had for him speaks volumes to his character. Humble enough to concede he did not know it all, Tim was confident enough as a leader to properly distribute credit. What also strikes me about Tim is that he's like that polished golfer who doesn't get overly excited about the birdies nor hang his heads with the bogeys. The most unflappable human being I've ever met. Always composed, always calm. PGA Tour player Jeff Ogilvy once said. Ogilvy's spot on. Tim has as cool a demeanor as anyone I've ever been around. By not getting swept up in the emotions of the good times and never being beaten down during turbulence, Tim Finchem exuded confidence in his team members. Again, his uncanny ability to see around corners, from embracing the development of international opportunities, to the pursuit of the Olympics, to the establishment of the first tee, to nurturing golf's first playoff system, was a hallmark of a leadership style that brought remarkable stability to the PGA Tour and shaped professional golf around the world. It prompts people to often ask, why was Tim so successful? If they suspected an answer laden with complexities, they would be surprised. From where I sit, there are two basic components to Tim's success. One, Tim is extremely intelligent. He has a complete understanding of how the PGA Tour works from the perspective of fans, players, sponsors, and tournaments. He can look at situations from the vastly differing viewpoints of each, and he can build a common path forward. Seeing the value to broad knowledge and perspective, Tim made sure my years under his mentorship would also involve an appreciation for all facets of the business, for which I am grateful. And two, Tim put together an amazing team of intelligent and passionate people who are empowered to present ideas and make decisions. Many of those people are my teammates to this day, and every day they make me and the PGA Tour better. Tim's focus on people and the future, as you heard in the video, was instilled by Dean Beeman. Dean once told Tim, it's not just the business of the tour, it's the future of the tour. Two of the first people he heard from the day he took over as commissioner were Byron Nelson and Arnold Palmer. What resonated with Tim was the passion these icons had for the vitality of the PGA Tour, even though they were years removed from their playing days. He never forgot that. I experienced it. And so Tim Finchem always felt a keen sense of responsibility to guide the PGA Tour with a healthy dose of dialogue from the membership. There was a delicate balance at work. Players were understandably focused on today's score. Tim measured future considerations. But with uncanny business acumen, he always found a common ground that benefited our members and our game. He's a person who genuinely cares, said Jim Furyk. And I think what most people miss is how great of a person he is. I could not possibly agree more. I'm proud to present the Lifetime Achievement Award to my mentor and friend, and a man I love, Commissioner Tim Finchem.